Hello people, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I posted anything, but today decided to do a bit of a video on this. You know what I'm like. You all know that I like a project. So today our project is basically making a furnace to make charcoal, to make our own charcoal. Look at this, there's a bullbugger. Can you see the bullbugger up there? He's being nosy because I'm making a lot of noise. But anyway, yeah, so I thought I'd just show you what the crack is, if anybody wants to try and replicate it. Now, I've never done this before, so we'll soon find out if it works or not. But my theory is, basically, you've got to bake the charcoal, bake the wood. So you need a vessel to generate fire and heat, and then you need another vessel that's sealed that you can put your wood in so it can make the charcoal. So that's called, there's a process, I can't remember what it's called. You'll know, you Google it, you'll find out what it's called. But anyway, so what you need to do this is you need a 45 gallon drum, so a 205 litre, and you need like a 60 litre or anything sort of you can go smaller if you can go 20 litre, but you're not gonna make as much charcoal. So I managed to get my hands on some 60 litre ones, so I'm gonna do 60 litres because I don't want to be doing this, probably want to be doing this 3 times a season maybe, because I don't know about you, but I'm sick of the prices of everything. At the moment, I can get an abundance of pallet wood for the wood to use to burn, and then we're going to use our hardwood logs that we've got that we use for the log burner. We're going to use to make the charcoal, which a lot of that is oak. There's a lot of I think it's beech, and it's mainly hardwood that we've got, so it's going to make great charcoal. And to buy a decent bag of charcoal nowadays, especially for the Kamado, you're looking at the posh stuff that's like 35-40 quid a bag for like 10-15 kilos. So do you know what, if I can make 10 kilos at a time, you know, that's gonna save me a fortune, because the pallet wood's free. The wood that we're using to generate the charcoal is, you know, we buy it in ton bags, so we've got an abundance of that. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and show you what the crack is. So bit of my own design, this one. So here's the barrel. So what I've done, I'm not going to show you and bore you showing you doing time lapses and all that, but basically I've drilled a load of holes all the way around the rim, around the base like that, spread out as equally as I possibly can. Now I've done it, I'm going to try this because I've drilled some at the top for secondary airflow. So I'm wondering if it's going to sort of work like a tertiary, but it's not going to be a proper tertiary because it's not got a sleeve, so it's not getting, you know, it probably needs to be double skinned to get a proper tertiary. But that might be sort of, this might evolve, but I'm just trying it out to start off with. So basically I've cut the lid off, and then what I've done is I've cut a load of notches in like around here. Yeah, so it makes a bit of a taper. So then when I put the lid on, the lid fits back on top, you see. Right, and the other thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to try and put some sort of chimney on it, because if I can generate some sort of tertiary, get rid of the smoke a bit higher up, the neighbours aren't going to complain. Not that we've got lots of neighbours around here, but where I want to burn the charcoal, where I want to do this up at the top in the orchard, there is a back garden that backs on, so I don't want to be upsetting them. So I'm trying to do it so that it's as smokeless as possible. So what I've got is I've got our old flue here. That's off our old flue from out the bar. Our old bar off the log burner that we got in there. The log burner's currently at the garage, so we're not using that, so I thought I could use that. And what I've done is I've cut a hole again. Drilled some holes, hole in the middle, holes around the circle, measured the circle space, measured that. I've gone slightly inside of that, and then what I've done is I've cut it cut little triangles to the middle hole, folded them up, you see, so they're like that. And then what we can do is that then fits nicely over that. Okay, so basically that's what it's going to look like. Can you see? Yeah, so hopefully that's going to create some sort of draw and get rid of some of that smoke, and hopefully superheat that chamber up to generate some tertiary action through these secondary holes. But I don't know if it's going to work. We'll soon find out. But what you need is the other drum. So this is the other 60 litre drum that I've got, and I've basically done the same with this. This is what we're going to use to put our make our charcoal in. Yeah, I've drilled some holes in the bottom, and then this is going to be sealed off. These two are going to be sealed off. I've got the plugs for that. So because what you don't want any oxygen getting in, but you do need to be able to release the moisture and the gases, because the gases will burn off as well as it's heating up. The gases out of those little holes will generate flames as well. So but what will happen is the charcoal will just carbon up. It won't burn the charcoal, in theory. Now, like I said, I've got to give it a trial run, because I've got to burn there's still oil and stuff left in there. So yeah, for all the people out there, I am gonna have to, I've cleaned it out as much as I can, but the residue is still gonna go into the atmosphere, unfortunately. I have cleaned it out as best I can, but basically do the same with that. Cut those little slots around, bend them over with some pliers, and then you can get your lid on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a brick on top of that, to make sure that that's sealed in and the pressure build up is not going to blow it off. So, but that's why we've drilled the holes in the bottom, so it can release them gases out, and them gases will try and go high first, but then when they find they can't go through the top, they'll just force themselves out of anywhere where they can, and that will be out the bottom, and then that smoke will burn off, or that moisture and everything else will burn off. So I've read up, it does take about 4 hours, so I've got to make an efficient burn. So that's why I've done this with a secondary air float, and I've got the lid on, so we can hold some heat in there. We can burn the pallet wood, we can hold some heat in there, and then hopefully it won't take as much wood to burn over the 4 hours, even though I've got loads of pallet wood, but we don't need to unnecessarily use it. So what I'll do is when we get to the next stage, I'll bring you back. Yeah, it's not easy doing this the furthest away up the top of the friggin' orchard, trying to bring all this wood up. Who needs a gym, eh? Right, so I'm just going to show you now what we're going to do. So see the smaller barrel, you can see, look, we've filled it with wood and we placed it in the centre of the bigger barrel. We're going to put the lid on. Hopefully it's going to seal good. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to put a couple of bricks on there. I'm going to put a load of pallet wood around the outside, and then we're going to get it lit. And if anyone's wondering why I cut the lid off, or why am I going to get more wood in, well, that'll burn for probably a good hour once that's full of pallet wood, and then I can lift the lid off and fill it up with more wood, and then put the chimney back on. So let's get this baby lit and get it underway. Let's get making some charcoal, mofo. So we've put the lid on. Well, we haven't put the lid on. We've put the lid on the charcoal, and then we've filled all this up with wood, you see. Yeah, so this will burn for a good couple of hours, I hope. Put some bricks on top. It's got them holes underneath. Basically, we're just going to bake it. So I'm going to get this set up. I'm going to get it fired up. I just wanted to show you. Obviously, you need to get the pallet wood down the side so you can get the lid on. But I just need to build a small fire on top so the fire burns from the top down. Because obviously the heat rises, so if we can get it burning from the top down, it's going to bake this more evenly, in theory. So let's get it on. She's lit. First time making charcoal. Let's see if it works. I hope it does, because it's been a lot of effort to get this up here. Normally I'd have Ellis here to help me, because he's normally the legs. But he's on holiday at the moment, so... And I can't wait. Once I've got an idea in my head, I've got to get it done. So I'm hoping, well, it's bank holiday weekend, so I'm hoping we're going to get to use our own charcoal. Fingers crossed, or it could all just turn into a disaster. But keep watching to find out. It's just burning the stuff off the top. It's the first burn of the barrel, so it's just burning all the stuff. But look at that. Got to be careful of these trees. I'm hoping I've done it in the right space. Should be alright. Okay, so we're 2 hours in, about 2 hours, something like that. What I've realised is, I don't think I'm going to have to top the wood up. I mean, it's going quite nice now. I've still got all this wood left here. But I have topped it once. But what I found was, when I took the lid off, it's actually generated its own charcoal. Because the lid's on and it's not really blazing, what's happening is it's smouldering, and then it's creating its own charcoal around the sides, and then it's falling down to the bottom, and then it's charcoaling. It's burning the charcoal that it's generating itself, not within the vessel that I'm making it in, but on its own, which is quite surprising, really. So it's been going for a couple of hours, and I have topped it up once, but I don't think it needs topping up. I think literally once you've filled that barrel up, it will go for 4 hours, because it slows the burn down when you put the lid on, and it just, like I say, generates its own charcoal, and then it burns its own charcoal. It's quite amazing, really. So yeah, I've got probably gonna let it go. I'm gonna put this wood on anyway, and then I'm just gonna let it cool down overnight and see what we've got tomorrow. But I'm just going to burn this wood because we've got it up here and it's only going to get wet. There's no way I can keep it dry up here, so forecast rain anyway. So I'm just going to burn it and then see what outcome we've got tomorrow. Hopefully you guys won't have to wait. Right, so it's the next morning, folks. So it's the moment of truth. Yes, I have got my barbecue pit boy shoes on, because I am getting some ribs on later, which the video will be up after this video on that, because we're going to do some Kamado stuff, hopefully with the charcoal that we've got in here. So fingers crossed, because you're seeing it at the same time as I'm seeing it.
Let's hope this goes well, eh?
I hope so, because otherwise it'd be grumpy Matt today. Right there.
Oh, nobody wants a grumpy Matt.
Alright, so, oh, it feels light. Feels very light, so that's good. That's good. Let's see if we can get this off without it, because the lid is right. Gotta somehow get this lid off. Ooh, sound like we've got charcoal, baby. There we go.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
Oh, look at your face.
Oh yeah! We have charcoal, people. Look at this. I think we've done a good job there. Look at this. Proper. Well, I must say that was a success, and I don't think I know what I'm doing.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try.
So we've got 12 ribs. 12 ribs. So 6 each, baby.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your bit, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, it's 13, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go there because they're going to break up.
That bit's fine there, look.
There. Right, I'm going to have to... The reason I'm doing it like this is because they're just going to break up because we've took them out the foil, so we can't rest them like this. You know?
Just falling apart though, aren't they, look?
Yeah, they're not stuck. I'm just trying to get it so it's nice. Got up there?
Nope.
Do you want
Starving? No.
more? Oh, I lost some down there, look.
No. That's one plate.
I might just get this one off proper now. There we go.
Oh. Look at that.
Proper. No burnt sausages here, folks.
Are you pleased with yourself?
I don't think I know what I'm doing.